say that this season has been an embarrassment.
So much pain! So much pain!
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in, and welcome back to another Chicago Bears preview heading into week 4 of the Bears season. And it's time to preview the Toilet Bowl. We're going against the Bears team that hasn't won a game in nearly a calendar year and just got blew out by the Chiefs 41-10 versus a Denver Broncos team who should have been better than what they are now, and they just lost 70-20. So as much as this game is probably going to be a stinker or a Comedy Central special, we're going to preview it anyway. The Toilet Bowl preview is here. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So first, we're going to tackle the Chicago Bears offense versus the Denver Broncos defense. Two major areas of struggles for each team. We all thought that the Denver Broncos defense with Frank Clark, who's doubtful for this game, Patrick Surtain II, who I believe is probably one of the best, if not the best, corners in football, going up against the Bears offense, who has looked pretty much pedestrian all season long. Now, I can tackle that right now, but I'm going to have you guys look at this card, and I'm going to tackle the issues of what's going wrong with the Bears deeply. I'm not going to get into that in this preview, but watch the video there. But this Bears offense is so bad right now. When you have a guy like DJ Moore, Darnell, Mooney, and Chase Claypool has pretty much been a dud ever since we traded for him. And the running game with Herbert and Roschon Johnson just has not been getting off the ground. And Justin Fields has not been used athletically. You're going up against the Denver Broncos defense that just let up 70 points. 70 points to the Miami Dolphins. Now, we all know how electric that Miami Dolphins offense is. The Bears need to use their speed as a weapon, whether it's DJ, Darnell, or Fields. The Bears, just like the Dolphins did, even though, like I said, the Bears are not as dynamic, they need to use some of their speedy guys as a weapon. I really thought Tyler Scott or Velus Jones would be a little bit more involved with this offense, with the things that they can do with their speed, and it just hasn't been there. I think those two guys need to play some type of a role with helping out on this offense, because this offense has been pedestrian. Passing the football, running the football. Pedestrian. Denver, they have been so inconsistent this season. It is ridiculous on the defensive side of the ball. They have stretches where they look like a very good defense, and last week, the comeback against the Commanders, they have looked bad. And this is a Denver Broncos defense that should be a whole lot better than what it is. They haven't been great against the run. Surprisingly, they haven't been great against the pass. And it's just not been what they've expected from this team with the Denver Broncos defense. It's just not there because they haven't been getting a ton of pressures on the quarterback. They haven't been able to stop the run. Like I said, their passing defense is, which even with Surtain, has not been great. Now you're going to talk about Jonathan Simmons, one of the better safeties in the league, who's questionable for this ball game. Josie Jewell has played a solid part for them. He's questionable for this ball game. And like I said earlier, Frank Clark is doubtful. So they've already been a bad defense so far. And on top of that, they have injuries. Now the Bears, offensive line injuries, like I said earlier, or like I've said before, Braxton Jones out. You have Tevin Jenkins out. You already had 2 of your offensive line pieces out. And you need to somehow find a way to take advantage of some of the Denver Broncos injuries. Find ways to use your speed, push the ball down the field a little bit more than what they have, and use Justin Fields in RPOs and rollouts. Something that can expose some of Denver's defensive woes, and something that can use Justin Fields' athleticism and take advantage of it, especially in a game like this where you're at a must-win point just for pride's sake. You're on a 13-game losing streak. You have to find different ways for your offense to be successful. And if the Bears don't do that offensively, they could be in big trouble especially coming against a team that just let up 70 points. Bears offense has to be better. We have a Denver Broncos offense with Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, going up against the Bears defense that could be without Jalen Johnson, could be without Eddie Jackson, and they already have a guy like Khalil Gordon out, and Jaquan Brisker has been in and out of the lineup with different various things that has been going on with him. Now, the Bears' problem defensively is still the same. They haven't been stopping the run, and they have not been getting pressure on the quarterback. And you need to get pressure for Russell Wilson, even though Russell Wilson is one of those quarterbacks that can still do things on a run. He still has to be rattled. He still has to be affected in order for the Bears to have a shot at winning this ball game. And I expect the Denver Broncos to come out and run the football with Javonte Williams and Jamaje Perine and probably do some things to utilize Russell Wilson's skill set to their advantage. Now, passing the ball might be not as great. You have Jerry Jeudy, who is questionable for this ball game. I like the things that they can do with Courtland Sutton. And then you're going up against the Bears secondary that is pretty much banged up at this point, and a Bears defensive front which hasn't been making really any noise, especially DeMarcus Walker. He hasn't really had much of a presence. You would talk about guys like Andrew Billings, Justin Jones even haven't had that much of a presence. Yannick Ngakoue had that one sack, and that was it. This Bears front four has to, and I mean has to, play better. You got a solid offensive line with McGlinchey and Garrett Bowles reigning your two tackle spots, Ben Powers, Cushenberry, who is very solid. I just expect this Broncos team to come out and run the football a little bit more than they pass it, even though they have some weapons, like I said, in Sutton and Jeudy and Troutman at that tight end spot, who is a very solid tight end. I just think that this Broncos team is going to come out and they're going to run the football just a little bit more to try to utilize some of the Bears' weaknesses, which is stopping the run. Even though I liked some of the things I've seen from Edmunds, Sanborn has been kind of so-so, and Edwards has been not bad, but it's just this Bears defense is just not living up. And even if they bring the blitz, they're just not getting home to the quarterback. They are not getting home, and that's just something that you need to do in order to disrupt this Denver Broncos offense, who can score points. Remember, they scored 20 on Miami. Even though they had up 70, they did score 20. They did have a big lead against the Commanders, so this Denver Broncos offense can score points. And with the Bears secondary being banged up, they are going to have to get pressure on Russell Wilson, and they are going to have to defend a whole lot better against the run, which they have struggled to do. I would like to see more from Pickens. I would like to see more from Dexter. I just like to see more from their interior linemen and just the front four in whole. We need to see more production out of them. We just have to, in order for the Bears to have a shot of winning this ball game with the banged up secondary. With all that said, my pick for this ball game is going to be the Denver Broncos. I'm sorry, guys. I still cannot pick the Bears. I know I've seen a lot of people in the poll that I may pick the Bears. I just cannot do it right now. I have not seen anything adjustment-wise for me to give confidence that the Bears can actually go and win a football game right now. Just haven't seen it, whether it's been offensively from the passing game, offensively running game, defensive running game, injuries. I just haven't seen any adjustments for any of that so the Bears can actually go out and win football games. And until I do, I'm not picking them. So I'm picking the Broncos to win this game with the score of 24-10. Yes, I'm picking a bigger score. I just don't trust the Bears right now. And I will be honest, they lose this game, time for a shakeup. But hey, that's all I've got to say. Make sure you guys leave this video a like, comment your thoughts on the game down below, sub to the channel, all that good stuff. APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a good next Sunday day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.